Hello, everyone from around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is AS Eat the Pair. I'm joined, as usual, by olddirtyh. Say hello, oldie.
Hello, hello.
And today we are not doing a cast, but we are doing the Nordic Classic Top 8 and Draw. Very, very exciting. We've spent quite a while, 5 weeks during the group stage. We've casted a bunch of your games. We've seen some really awesome games, some really awesome plays. And now we are going to get into the top 8. Really excited to see what the shakeup will be, or what the matches will be. I believe Connor will be joining us soon. He's just running a tad late, but that's all right. He'll be here soon enough. Connor McDavid is the tournament organizer. Big shout out to him. He's really done a great job organizing and working through things, both scheduling issues and just rules and all that. So really, really thankful for him. And also, thank you, Oldie, and I guess myself, question mark, for casting all these games, because there are a lot of games that we were casting, and it's been a lot of work, but I don't know, I've enjoyed it. What do you think, Oldie?
Yeah, no, we've had some great matchups. There's only been a couple snoozers. For the
Yeah,
most part, it's been a lot of fun and seeing these guys out there and just kind of seeing the different matchups, the different ways the nations are used. It's been a lot of fun.
yeah, definitely. Really, really excited to see some really awesome games in the top 8. Super duper excited. I see Happy Rendawa in the chat.
That's
Hello.
Predator,
Hey,
Predator,
Predator.
Rui,
See
and I'm guessing
Rui and
Jatin.
Jatin probably.
Yeah.
How's it going, everybody? Hope you guys are excited for this top 8 announcement. So before we do the top 8 announcement, we got to talk about the donors quickly. If you like the Nordic Classic and you want to support the prize pool, you can go to this donation link that's on the front page of the Nordic Classic information. It's also in the YouTube description below. Thank you so far to our donors: Some Peanuts for Your Mouth, El Cipher, Wizard of War, Kron, PLA, Jatin, Bybrak. This anonymous person is Connor, as well as Bob. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your donations. As we are getting into the top 8, the donation, it makes things quite a bit more exciting. So we'd really, really appreciate the support. Thank you so much to those who have donated and those who may donate in the future. Thank you. Yeah, so we're about to draw the top 8 live. Before we do that, we've got to quickly talk through something. So let's take a look at each of the groups. All right, so let's start with division number 1. So division number 1, we did see at the very end, even though Clan Hater Appreciation Society is ranked 2 here, it's actually IND that is the winner because they won against Clan Hater Appreciation Society. So PLA, Kung Fun, and IND advance. And so how the top 8 works, the drawing works, is basically there's the group winner, and then there's like a second place winner. So PLA is here as the group winner because they won against IND straight up, and then IND is going to be their second place. In division number 2, we do have a strange little occurrence here. AL is clearly the group winner. They've gone to 3 wins, but LAT, Team 2, Call of Daddy, and Strat, BRV, those teams are all tied. And currently, they are playing tiebreaker games. We don't know which of those teams, which one out of the 3, these LAT Team 2, Call of Daddy, and Strat, we don't know which of those teams will advance to the top 8. As I understand it, I think some of them are, they're playing a game right now. We'll try to get those out to you as soon as possible. But for now, we're not entirely sure which of these 3 teams will advance, but AL is the group winner, and then the other team will be the second seed. In division number 3, we have AS Gladiators as clearly the top seed, and Forbidden 4, after a harrowing match against underrated champions, as well as another match between LAT Team 1 and Quebec Team, Forbidden 4 is the second seed in division number 3. So AS Gladiators is first seed, and Forbidden 4 is second seed. And then finally, in division number 4, we've got Dirty's Angels as the top seed, and Old Pappy Nuts as the second seed. Those are pretty clear victories for those 2 teams. So how the top 8 is going to work is the first seeds can't play against each other the first round. So it's going to be randomized. We're actually going to do the drawing live for you, and I found a website that works pretty well for this sort of thing. It's a pretty reputable website. It's randomized, and it allowed me to do this sort of thing where the first seed can't play against the second seed, at least in the first round. Otherwise, it's going to be random. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's basically random. Just ones don't play ones. It's pretty
Yeah.
simple. So you won't play anyone from your same division again. Well,
Will you? I think.
until later down. I'm saying in the first round you won't because you can't.
I
It's
think
a
you
one and
can
two.
technically in the randomization you can play somebody from your own division, right? Because it's just like the only restriction is that your first
Yeah, I guess
place.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
first
true.
place
That's true.
doesn't play against
Yeah,
second place in it.
technically you could play the 1 versus 2 in that same division.
Yeah,
Uh, but whatever. The odds are against that.
yeah,
Most likely you're going to play someone different.
yeah. And
It's a
now,
random. It's random. That's basically what we're trying to say.
yeah,
It's all
it's pretty
random.
much random.
Yeah.
Where I'm gonna try to wait for Connor so we can actually do the draw live for him, but I don't really like I'm running out of things to talk about. Definitely interesting set of top 8 teams.
Yeah.
I don't know, Aldi. Who would you say are the favorites to win it all? What would you say at this point?
Man, I mean, it's we've seen such good play. PLA's obviously they've been on fire, playing really well together.
Yeah,
They were probably one of the weaker divisions, so we haven't really seen them against top teams yet. So
yeah,
that'll be curious to see. But they look good. Obviously, AS, you guys look good. Connor and those guys are tough. You know, we can have a good team depending on how high Nuts and Rui are.
yeah,
So it just
definitely.
depends. AL's played really well too. So I
Yeah,
think it's actually it's anyone's got a chance to win here.
yeah, I
It's just
think
a
so
matter
too.
of how they play. And IND even, I mean, IND we've seen them kind of struggle with some team chemistry, but overall they have the talent there. It's just a matter of can they get on the same page and can they keep that team chemistry going. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think, there's a lot of really great teams, and I think it's pretty much anyone's game because, you know, this is a tournament meant for not the top players, right? The top players, the difference between the top players and the next level of player below them is it's consistency. It's how much they can enact their skills because a lot of these players they know what they're doing, right? They know the build orders, they know what to build, they know what to like units and stuff. And we see Connor in the chat; he'll come in 2 to 3 minutes. They know what to do, but it's just about executing and executing correctly, having the right micro, knowing where to move on the map, knowing what text to research, and not like delaying too much and not sacrificing your speed. Also, those are really, really important things. And so therefore, I think all these teams do have an issue of consistency for some part, and that means anybody can win. That means anybody can take that trophy if they play well, if they practice really well, if they have nice teamwork, all of that. So. Really interested to see what will come out in the top 8. So for the top 8 scheduling, at least, I'll say a quick point. I'll remind the viewers about this afterwards, but for a scheduling, at least, players will have 2 weeks to play the quarterfinals because the quarterfinals are best of 5 instead of best of 3, and we recognize that people have a lot of stuff on their schedules. So they will have 2 weeks to play that first quarterfinal match.
Yeah, and the best of 5, I think, is the right way to go. It takes away chance. For example, you might get whole back to back. Maybe one team gets citrus or something. So it's going to eliminate all those little kind of
Yeah.
those variations where people are going to cry and say, "Oh, well, it wasn't fair." But it's like, well, when you're playing a 5-game series, it really starts to eliminate that. It's going to be more based on skill and
Yeah.
teamwork than on just kind of dumb luck.
Yeah,
So
and
that's nice to have that.
I think so. I was thinking about how to go about scheduling it. I thought I think the best way to do it is to plan 2 separate sessions, and then during that first session, you either play 2 or 3 games, depending on how long the games are. If the first 2 games are really short, just play your third game, because a lot we don't it's hard to set aside like 5 hours or 4 hours in a day for a best of 5. It's hard to set apart that amount of time. So it is really, I think it's a good idea to set up 2 separate times during those 2 weeks to plan it out. Have separate sessions so that you can finish those games on time. You must play 3v3 during these matches. We will not accept 2v2. So if your team cannot do it, then you need to talk to Connor. Exceptions are, I believe Connor said exceptions are very, very rare for the top 8. So please play best.
It's
Please
very
best of 5
emphasis on 3
and
versus
3
yeah.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you should be able to. Most teams, like our team, for example, is pretty easy to schedule on the weekend. So you could do like 2 games on Saturday and then finish the rest of the games on Sunday or something like that.
Yeah.
You might even be able to get it done in one weekend. Hey, Connor.
Hey Connor, welcome. We were waiting on you. You're late to the party.
Yeah,
We are gonna
sorry, it's
do.
been a really busy weekend here with a lot of work. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. We understand everybody is very busy during during real life. We all got things on our plates. But thank you so much for joining us, Connor. Let's jump into the draw, shall we? So We're
Yeah,
using
of
a
course. I'm
website called
very excited.
Yeah, we're using a website called randomresult.com. I'll put this into the YouTube description after the video is finished. Basically, how it works is I type in the competitors. So I'm typing in first seed, second seed, blah, blah, blah. And then I split them into 4 different groups because there's 8 competitors, right? And 4 different groups, so that means 2 per group, right? And I force groups to be a different first letter. So that means first seed can't play against another first seed. Basically, it's going to be first and second. And so that's a really useful part of this technology here. I just need to enter my password and that will show it. I have not seen it. I think Oldie's accidentally looked at it, but everybody else, we haven't really looked at it all. So this is going to be a fresh viewing for everybody. All right, this is going to be the draw. And again, here we see second seed. It's Lat2, Call of Daddy / Strat BRV. We don't know which of those teams is going to advance. So that's a placeholder for whichever team is going to be there. All right, are you guys ready for the draw?
Let's do it. Drum
I'm
roll.
ready.
All right, Oldie, do you want to do the
go.
thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna enter it into the tournament page. So if you guys just go to the seating, you should see it there. And let's do a countdown. 3, 2,
okay.
1.
Go.
Okay,
All right. It's already
go.
there. I accidentally clicked the button. My bad. Okay, so group number 1, this is going to be the top 2. It's going to be AL versus Old Pappy Nuts. And then the next one is going to be Forbidden 4 versus Dirty's Angels. The next one's going to be a PLA Kung Fun against whichever of these teams of Division 2. And finally, we have AS Gladiators versus IND. So let's take a look at what it looks like on an actual bracket here. So we've got AL versus Old Pappy Nuts, and then Dirty's Angels versus Forbidden 4, and then PLA against whichever team ends up in Division number 2, comes from Division number 2, their second seed. And then finally we have AS Gladiators versus IND. Pretty interesting bracket. To be honest, I was hoping that PLA would end up on the other side of the bracket because it looks like there's a chance we'll play in the semis. But it is definitely.
But to win, you have to beat them anyways.
Yeah, that is true. So that's from my perspective. My team is AS Gladiators, so that's from my perspective. Otherwise, I think we have a pretty nice top 8 here. So let's shall we walk through each of the matchups individually?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So for the first matchup, we have AL versus Old Pappy Nuts. So on the AL side, we've got AL Locky, AL Kokoro, and AL Kike. And they're against Old Pappy Nuts versus Old Dirty H's team. Old Dirty H, Rui, Arb Nuts, and the Ferkman. Who do you guys think has the edge in this matchup?
Oof, I think it will be a very close one, honestly, because Old Pappy Nuts, they placed second place, but they still won 3 matches.
Yeah.
And they was close to beating us in the first map as well. I think it will be like 50-50, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a very close matchup. Oldie, how are you feeling about your team's chances?
I mean, like I said, it depends on the sobriety level. I'm unfortunately surrounded by a bunch of potheads, so as long as they're relatively sober, I think it should be okay. I mean, I like AL; they're a strong team, but we should be able to fare well against them with the right teamwork and it is the best of 5, so it'll be nice. Like I said, we'll remove some of the chance stuff. So
definitely.
But I think it's going to be a great matchup. But of course, I'm going to give the edge to us.
Nice. All right.
I've been seeing Locky and Kaik been playing really well, and Kokoro I think is a kind of new player, a little lower. So, but they have had really good teamwork in their group matches, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
So I think it comes up to if the old team can play as a team, because I think that was the fall in the second map against us.
Yeah. All right. So it is. That is definitely a very interesting matchup. And then let's take a look at the second matchup here. Dirty's Angels versus Forbidden 4. So this is Dirty's Angels versus the AZ team. So on Dirty's Angels, this is Connor. This is your team. We've got Connor McDavid, Henry, Rich Panini, and G.I. John. They're up against Forbidden 4, the AZ team. So we've got AZ Language of Trees, AZ Moham, AZ Amun, and AZ Chipa. Who do you guys think has the edge in this match?
We've seen Connor's. Those guys play well together. They're pretty good boomers. Is Panini going to be back, Connor, or is it just going to be you and John?
Yeah, he came this week. So,
all right, nice.
I don't know if he will be playing it. It kind of depend on the schedule to get it work, but maybe he will play some games.
Yeah, we haven't got a chance to see much of Rich. So it'll be nice to see him back out there. Forbidden for AZ, they play pretty well together for the most part. I think it's a good matchup, but I give the slight edge to Dirty's Angels here.
Yeah, I think so too. I think AZ I think they do better on the teamwork aspect, but I do think Dirty's Angels has the edge in raw talent. So definitely an interesting matchup here. Excited to see what comes out of it. And then for the other match we have PLA Kung Fun against whichever team is going to be there. We can walk through the PLA players really quickly. So on PLA Kung Fun, they've got PLA Old Cat, PLA Soul, PLA Wolf, PLA Ben, all really solid players. And they're facing up against whichever team from the tiebreakers is going to make it in from division number 2.
So that's going to be who's that tiebreaker against? Strat.
It's Strat BRV, Lat Team 2, and Call of Daddy.
Okay, yeah. So that's an interesting comes out of there. Maybe I think Call of Daddy might be the strongest team out of those 3.
Yeah.
So that might be the best one for that matchup if they make it out. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. PLA are quite a strong team. And then finally here we've got AS Gladiators versus IND. On the AS Gladiators side, we have AS Ether Pair, myself, AS Mastercon, AS Namillo X, and AS Marvelous. And they're up against the IND team with IND Predator, IND Faith, IND Lucky, and IND Knight Rider. Who do you guys think has the edge in this matchup?
That's also a tough game, but I think AS has the better third player in the roster, so I will give the slight edge to AS.
Well, yeah, I probably do as well. Like I said, with IND, it's not about their individual talent. They're fine. It's just a matter of can they keep on the same page, be cohesive, no infighting, just keep it all together. If they can just play well together as a team, I think they'll have a chance. But AS Gladiators is a tough team. You guys, AS is a tough team, so we'll see.
Yeah, AS and PLA was the voted teams for
favorites to win.
The favorites to win the tournament. So
yeah,
and both teams are undefeated, and so I think PLA and AS still are the favorites to win, but any team can win, like Old said before. And in best of 5, anything can happen. It's a lot of maps, a lot of tactics, a lot of nations. So it will be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely. Really excited to see all of these matches again. We have AL versus Old Pappy Nuts, Dirty's Angels versus Forbidden 4, PLA Kung Fun versus whoever the second seed is, and AS Gladiators versus IND. Really excited. I'm really loving this top 8. Really hope people are getting excited and hyped up for the top 8, which will come out.
Yeah.
Again, the deadline is 2 weeks from. Is it today, Connor? 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, 2 weeks from today.
So 2 weeks from today, that is the deadline. Please get those games in by then. We would really love to cast those. And also,
and then Connor, reiterate the 3 versus 3, please, to these guys.
Yeah, I won't accept any 2v2 in the playoffs. It's only 3 against 3. No exceptions.
Okay, so you all heard that. Please get it together for the playoffs here.
So don't write to me and ask for 2v2. It's a 3 against 3 tournament, and in the playoffs, I want to see 3 against 3.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the rules.
Yep. All right. So, and finally here, we got a special announcement that we did go over last time, but we have some more details this time. So, for each of these matches, for all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these matches, we are going to have a special guest caster come in every single match. So they'll be joining us on the casting podium. Really, really special. So I think so far for the distributions, we've got Connor. You'll be the guest caster for the final because this is your tournament and you get your pick of whichever match you want to cast.
Yeah.
And then I believe if I remember correctly, we tentatively decided that Kron would do one of the semis and Jatin would do another one of the semis. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then I think we wanted AS Spiridon to do the bronze match. And so those I believe are the people who are 100% to be casting. And then for the rest of the people, we are going to let the community vote on who they want to be the guest casters. So I've whipped up a little Google form for you here. It's called the Nordic Classic Guest Caster Voting, and I'll send this link out in the chat, or if somebody else could, maybe, I don't know, somebody send out the link.
Yeah, I can do it. Hold
in
on.
the chat,
Let me pull it up.
So this link, this form is due by Saturday, August 1st. So that's next Saturday, this coming Saturday. You must be a player registered in the tournament to vote. Please select up to 3 potential guest casters. If you select more than 3, your votes will not be counted. So you could vote for 1 or 2 or 3, however many you want. You're going to need to put in your username, and you have to be playing in the tournament, so you have to pick whichever team you're on. And then you got to vote on these people who have expressed interest in becoming a guest caster. So please.
Wait, it counts for people that have been eliminated too, right? Or it's only people?
Yeah, it's anybody that's registered in the tournament and could be eliminated, could still be in the top 8. Anybody that's playing in the tournament or has played in the tournament, you can vote. And so you can vote for up to 3 of these people. These people have expressed interest, and we thought they would be good to be as a possible guest caster. So if you are interested, go ahead and vote for those players. Again, you can vote only for up to 3. Do not vote for more. If you vote for more, we're going to throw your vote out. And then obviously there's a bit here. What feedback do you have for the tournament organizers and casters, if any? You can type that in there as well.
Yeah, it can be anything, really.
Yeah. And finally, we're going to announce these results on Sunday, the following day, after this is due. So make sure that you get your votes in by Saturday, so we can decide who the guest casters will be. I'm really excited to really have any of these people on stream. We've had some of them already be on, like Phantom and Quetzalcoatl and Raiden. So definitely will be interesting to see, which who the community decides they want to vote for. So awesome. All right.
It will be very nice. And I imagine the next games that's waiting to be cast will be the tiebreakers, correct?
Yes. It's the tiebreakers and the remaining group stage matches, which don't count for they don't affect the results of top 8. It's just there's a couple there. I think there's 4 left, which we will cast this coming week. So yeah.
Yeah, all games will be cast, but we will cast the important games as soon as possible first.
Yep. Yeah, olddirtyh, did you send out the link in the chat? Were you able to find it?
I sent a link. I don't know if it's the right one. Can you guys try and click on it and see if it works, or copy and paste it?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I got to. How do I do this?
Otherwise, maybe there's another way I could send it. I did trying to figure out how to send like a shorter one. But
okay, here. So I sent out the link in the chat myself. So that is the link. This will also be in the Discord. It'll be in the WhatsApp group. It'll be all over the place. So please fill that form out, because we would love to have your feedback on who the other guest casters will be. Again, the already picked guest casters are Kron, Jatin, and Spiridon. Please vote for those. Again, only 1 vote per person, but we would really love to see people's feedback from the community and see who they want to be in the in here. Oops, I just closed this. Sorry. All right. Is there anything else, Connor, that you want to get through? That was pretty much it for my list of things that I wanted to make sure I got through.
No, I think everything for an Nordic Classic is done.
All right, cool. People may think, what now that the Nordic Classic is coming to an end very soon? What sort of things are on the horizon? Well, just a little teaser for you guys. Connor, olddirtyh, and I are working through a little bit of some project that we haven't finalized the details yet, but we'll announce at some point on stream. It'll be a pretty interesting concept, and I hope people will really enjoy it. So go ahead, Connor.
We are working on something that, like Pierre said, nothing is decided yet 100%. So we don't want to give any details before we are ready for it, and the focus for now is on the Nordic Classic as well, so probably will be announced after the tournament sometime.
So that will be pretty much the end of today's stream. Pretty short stream today, but we did just want to get out of this top 8 draw for everybody involved. Again, all the links will be sent in the Discord as well as the WhatsApp group. And if you need any link, please just message Connor or myself or olddirtyh. That would be really awesome.
And please vote, guys. You have the chance to join and decide here who you want to hear in the cast. So please vote.
Yeah, again, those votes are due by this coming Saturday. And again, the quarterfinal matches, all of these round 1 matches, will be due in 2 weeks from now. So you'll have 2 weeks to schedule your matches. Again, they're best of 5. They have to be played 3v3. So really, really important that everybody follows all the rules. It is straightforward. Thank you all for your support. We hope everybody has enjoyed the stream so far. We hope everybody's hyped up for the Nordic Classic, the top 8, because I know I am. So,
yeah, and thanks to all teams that's been participating but not made it to the playoffs. I hope you had a blast and did maybe learn something or have a good time. Thank you.
And we hope you'll continue watching the top 8 coverage because we're gonna see who's gonna come out on top after all of that squabbling in the group stage. So definitely interesting. And I see Happy Rondava, that's Predator, if I remember correctly, says, can we play these games in 2 groups? Yeah, you can play them in 2 groups. That's what I recommend, like 2 sessions.
Yeah.
Set up 2 separate times, like 2-3 hours each time, and set up those times and then play a best of 5.
As you can each time.
Yeah.
And you have 2 weeks to finish, so even if you need to break it up within 2 weeks, you should be able to do it.
Yeah, like my tentative plan is to do it like once the first weekend and once the second weekend, because that's the way my team schedule is probably likely going to be. But just make sure you get those times out. Again, hope everybody has enjoyed the stream today. We'll be back tomorrow with, I think we're just going to do all the group stage matches that are left, because I want to do all the tiebreakers like in a row, like either day by day or just straight in one cast. And we don't have all of them yet, so we'll keep you updated as soon as we have the information. So hope everybody has enjoyed the stream. Again, round 1, get them in by 2 weeks from now. Get these matches in 2 weeks from now.
Yep. You have 2 weeks. You can do them sooner if you want, but you have the maximum 2 weeks. So just get them in. 3 versus 3, guys. 3 versus 3.
Yeah. And if you finish before, send the replays in with the bans and no spoiling.
Yeah, make sure you send in 5 replays total, so we don't know what, like the casters don't know how many games there are. You can just send in fake replays. It's pretty easy. Just rename some.
Or just send duplicate replay and rename it, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
all
but
right.
you can see, if it's better to send the different files because if it's same size.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So hope everybody has enjoyed the stream. This is olddirtyh Pair signing off. Thank you so much to Connor McDavid and olddirtyh for joining me as usual.
No problem.
Thank you, guys. Let's do it.
All right.